Been feeling a little stumped recently. By recently, I mean for the past couple months. Every day is starting to feel like the same. I feel like I'm reading the same verses. I'm making the same music. I'm playing the same chords. I'm going to bed way too late every night. I feel like I'm in this kind of never ending limbo. You know, I don't know exactly what direction, my life is going in. And that sounds kind of crazy. Like, oh my gosh, like, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not super worried. I'm not filled with all this anxiety because, I know God got me, but I know in the meantime, it feels like every day is just kind of like pointless almost. Like I'm not making any real forward progress. And I know I am, you know, I know every day is a blessing to live for sure. Um, and I'm still making music. I'm still looking for jobs. Yes, I'm still unemployed. Um, but I um, feel like I'm not working towards anything. You know, um, the real reason I wanted to make this video is because uh, of a song specifically that I feel extremely stumped on. I'm working on a new album, and the album's is honestly almost done. Like the most of the songs are done, um, or are close to being done. But there's one song, and it has my probably my favorite beat on the entire album. Um, and I know what I want the song to be. I know what I want like the premise of the song to be or the general idea. I doubt many people are gonna be watching this, so I feel like it's not that much of a spoiler to say that the song is gonna be called Everything Has to Go. Everything has gotta go, something like that. Um, but kind of the idea behind the song is like I wanna be able to it's like when you have nothing left to give, you rely on God, you know? Like that's kind of the idea, or that you have to give up everything in order to let God be the one to fill you and guide you in whatever. Um, but a big reason or you know, a reason I've been feeling like stumped is, how do you write about like giving stuff up or being empty, like kind of pouring yourself out? How do you write about that when you yourself feel like you don't have a lot to give? You know, I feel like there's just not a lot for me to say. I don't like writing when I don't have anything to say. That's not something that's fun for me. I don't just write just to write. Um, but a big part of my music is, from a lyrical standpoint, is saying something that I want to say. I have the idea for this song, but if I don't have the words to say, how do you finish the song? You know? And there's that aspect, and there's also an aspect of wanting to fit on the beat, on the music. I think the music is really good. Like I said, it's probably it's one of my honestly one of my favorite things that I've made ever. Um, and I want to be able to fit the lyrics over music that I feel like is meaningful. Um, but it's like, how do you do that? You have nothing to give. How do you write about having nothing to give? You know? Um, and I don't want to come off like super like morbid or whatever. I'm just so empty inside. Like that's not what I want to, that's not what I want this to be, um, or to sound like. But I mean, there's this aspect of just, it's paradoxical. I wanna write a song about this, but how? You know, um, and then that's just kind of the culmination of kind of everything else that's going on in life, just being the idea of being stumped. You know, I feel like I have no clue what's gonna happen next. Um, but like I said before, I'm not worried. I'm not anxious. Um, and I'm not fearful. You know. Um, yeah, I tell you, I am stumped. I am stumped. But that's pretty much it. You know. Yeah.